Good morning. We move on to scene 2 of Act 3. I hope you have gone through what we have done in scene 1 because it's a different scenario altogether. Because when we move to scene 2, we move to the subplot. So, the further development of the subplot, and just to remind you, what had happened in the subplot, which involves three characters like Caliban, Stephano, and Trinculo. Caliban has had a taste of the liquor that Stephano had given him, and he assumes that Stephano has got special powers that could combat the powers of Prospero, and so Caliban is eager to overthrow Prospero, but he is not asking for freedom, he's asking for no master. He tells Stephano that you can be the king of this island only if you overthrow Prospero, and he wants that kind of help from um, Stefano, and and we also get to know about how Trinculo and Stefano survived. Stefano got his entire barrel of wine, which he has hidden in a cave, and that's how they believe they are the only ones who have survived from the shipwreck. Like, that is a common theme that runs through everyone who is saved. When Ferdinand is alive, he thinks he's the only one saved, lost everyone else. Alonso and company believe that they are the only ones alive and Ferdinand is dead. And Stefano and Trinculo, the subplot that is common to the main plot is probably their thought that they are the only ones alive and they can own the island. So in this scene, see, there's not much in detail that I really need to go through in this, except that what you little details and little lines that are important. Uh, of course, when you see the opening lines, tell not me when the butt is out, we will drink water. So he says that when the barrel is empty, when the all our drinks spirits have been exhausted, we'll drink water. Before that, we are not going to drink water. We are only going. I mean, these are like uh, talk of absolute people who have been absolutely drunk to the very core. Yes. So and then Trinculo, of course, makes fun. He says servant monster. So he said, "This is a very it's a strange island that we are on," and he says that there are five. Why does he say that there are five on the island? Because there are three of them: Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo, and then you have Prospero and Miranda. So there are five of them, right? Prospero, Miranda, if you keep those two, and the three of them are Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo, right? So the five of them on the island, and of course he says that if if these two are like the drunk that we have, uh, our land is in very bad state. We are not going to survive. We are not going to do well. And you see, all through the first page that you see in front of you, Caliban hasn't spoken yet. Yes, so and perhaps that is why Stefano keeps saying that, why don't you speak? My man monster had drowned his tongue in sack. I mean, have you drunk so much that you are unable to speak? You're so drunk that you cannot talk. Yes, and then he says that you are either my lieutenant or my flag bearer. So Stefano says he cannot be a lieutenant because and he's too drunk to be a. He can be a lieutenant. He cannot be a flag bearer because he's too drunk. He can't even stand straight. Okay, and then Stefano goes on egging him. Moon calf, speak once in thy life. You will wonder why call moon calf? Yes, um, definitely because uh, moon, everything that the effect of the moon on people is very strong in Shakespearean plays. Yes, so speak once in thy life, if thou beest a good, if thou beest a good moon calf. Yes, um, so moon calf here refers to a monster, right? Because the effect of the moon has what it has on people on the earth is turned them into monsters. So he's saying but the calf lessens the ferocity of the monster, right? So he said, please speak, he says, and then of course Caliban does speak, and you know the minute he speaks, he's sort of he's put you are aware that he's put Sebastian on a pedestal. How is your highness, he says, and then of course that he's a slave is very true. Let me lick thy shoes. So he's going to be at his feet, yes, but he does not like Trinculo. I will not serve him. He's not valiant. He's not courageous like you. I'm not going to be his slave. Yes. So and Trinculo naturally, thou liest, most ignorant monster. I'm in case to justle a constable. Why thou debauched fish? Thou was ever a man, a coward that had drunk so much sack as I. Today wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but a half a fish and half a monster? So he said that you are ignorant. You're a liar. I am courageous. Yes, I am brave. Yes. And he says that you are a drunken fish, and how can you call me a coward? I have got Dutch courage in me because I've drunk so much of wine. The the courage that you get from drinking is called Dutch courage. So he said, you are only a half a fish, half a monster. Who are you to challenge me? So you see, the general conversation is there is nothing going except that they reveal their absolute, like they are so. Uh, there's nothing of what we can say, nothing of thematic worth here, except for the fact that the only thing that we have to remember is Caliban is foregoing one master for another. That shows how weak and demeaning his role is. Yes, and of course it's for comic relief, and Caliban is actually trying to get Stephano to punish Trinculo. And he said, "Oh, how he mocks me! Will thou let him, my lord?" He said, "Are you going to allow him to make fun of me?" Yes. And then and Trinculo naturally, and he knows the position of Stephano, is calling him a lord. It's quite the monster is quite a natural. Natural means um, he is an idiot, a natural fool, somebody who is absolutely foolish. He's born foolish. That's what he says. Yes, I will. Stefano, but Stefano is sort of play acting, and he says okay, and he tells Trinculo that, come on, you must be polite, and but if you go against me, he says, if you prove a mutineer, the next tree. That means if you are going against me, then I'll hang you. The next tree is where I'll be hanging you. Yes, and that this monster is my subject, is my slave, and you cannot mistreat him. Yes, um, you cannot insult him. I will not allow you to insult. And so Ariel enters. It's very important. And Ariel is going to be a naughty self here in this scene because he's going to add to the confusion. Even if Trinculo does not speak, he will be speaking lines in between. If you see the first one here, thou liest. See, Caliban says, as I told thee before, I am a subject to a tyrant, sorcerer, than by his cunning hath cheated me of the island. And Ariel says, you liest. And what do they? They can't see Ariel, so they believe that it is Trinculo. He said, thou liest, the jesting monkey, thou. He said, I mean, why? I see, I I told you, he tells Stefano, he is a monkey. That is, he is just chattering for no rhyme or reason. Yes, I tell you, Stefano, you are a courageous master. Why don't you stop him? I'm not lying. Why is he telling that I'm lying? So you see, Ariel adds on to the confusion. So Stefano naturally takes it up. Don't interrupt. Yes, he goes on. And then you see Caliban goes on to talk about how Prospero took over the island, and he says by sorcery, and he's painting a very vile picture of Prospero, very natural. That is very natural. He's talking about Prospero's witchcraft, his magic, and how now Caliban wants to take revenge on him. Yes, and once we take the island from him, he says, tell Stefano, thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee. So you'll be the king on the island, and I'll be your dutiful servant, your slave. Sorry. So Stephano said, "How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?" He said, "Okay, how will we achieve this? Let us. Why? Can you take them? Can you take us to where he is so that I can accomplish what you want me to?" So Caliban, of course, he's ready to, and he also is talking about the that Prospero is asleep. Just to take you back to the earlier scene when Miranda tells Ferdinand, he's going to sleep for 3 hours now, so rest. Don't carry the logs anymore. Rest for a bit. The same sleep is referred to by Caliban. He's asleep now, and it is best to catch him when he's asleep. See, Caliban knows the power of Prospero, so he says that it's not possible for anyone to destroy Prospero when he's awake. So we have to take advantage of him asleep. Only then can we kill him. And Ariel immediately, "Thou liest, thou canst not." Of course, you are lying. You cannot do it. And they believe again it is Trinculo. So he again complains. What a stupid fellow this guy is. The Trinculo is. Pied Nini. He's Pied Nini. He's an idiot. He has no sense. He doesn't know what he's saying. Yes, and thou scurvy patch. Scurvy patch. Patch is a piece, you're a creature. Scurvy means you're diseased, you're rotten. Yes, I do beseech thy greatness, give him blow. So you punish him, please, for all that he's saying. Yes, and then, of course, then I will, uh, because I'm not going to share my thoughts about the island with him. He will die drinking salt water because I'm not going to show him where the fresh springs are. Yes, and Stefano, of course, he admonishes Trinculo, and he says that um, you cannot accuse Caliban of lying. Yes, but then Trinculo says, "I did nothing. I'll go farther off." He moves farther away from them. I'm not saying anything. But didn't you say that you lied? Again, Ariel, thou liest. So Stefano gets angry and he beats up Trinculo. Yes. So give me the lie another. As you like this, give me a lie another time. Yes. So he said, I mean, he said, stand further away. Yes, I don't want to hear you. So Caliban, continue with your story. Yes. And of course, Trinculo uh, uh, does all this. I did not give the lie out of your wits and bearing a box of your bottle. This can sack and drinking do. So he says that what the effect of drinks can have on people, that you are hallucinating or imagining things. I have not said anything. You're believing this to be true. And go to hell, both of you. That's what. And he walks off. Now the tale, and if you see this part of Caliban's speech, why, as I told you, it's a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayst brain him. It is his habit to sleep in the afternoon, and that's the best time for you to smash his skull, brain him, smash his skull, kill him. Yes, but you have to. He says you have to seize his books. He knows that Prospero's power lies in the books, the magic that he learns. He's seen it from childhood. He's seen it. Yes. Um, or you can use the log, he says, because I keep collecting stacks of logs next to his cave. You can use a log and you can smash his skull. Yes, and he gives different. You can stab him in the stomach, punch him with a stake, or cut his vessel with a knife, or you can cut the windpipe with a knife. Remember first to possess. He repeats, but first you must destroy his books, because without them he's but a sot. Without them he's powerless. Without them he has no influence on anyone. He's a fool without them. He's like you and me without them. Yes, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate him as rootedly as I. And he believes that he doesn't have anybody else except me. He can't command a single spirit, and all the spirits hate him. He's making up a story. Yes, but again he repeats a third time, burn but his books. He Third line first sees his books, right? He goes there. Then sixth line possesses books. Again he goes to the 10th line, burn but his books. So thrice he mentions his books, the importance of his books and the magic. Yes, He has brave utensils. Yes, he has powers. He has brave utensils. He has objects in his house, which when he will take with all that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. Then he talks about Miranda, who is unparalleled. He's the most beautiful creature on the earth. And of course, I've seen only Psychorax, my mother, but I know that she's beautiful. And immediately Stefano's interest is risen. Oh, is she really that beautiful? Yes. And then of course a few lines here which are not in your text. And Stefano says, Monsieur, I'll kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen. So again, like Gonzalo, who talks about a commonwealth, but his reasons are different. Anybody who comes here thinks of this as a new land to be conquered. So does Ferdinand, and also from the subplot, same is what Stefano says. I'll kill Prospero and I'll marry the daughter, and we will be the king and queen of this island, and you will be my servant. Of course, and Trinculo, of course, will be also an officer in my court. Yeah. And Trinculo, of course, goes on to say, excellent. Again, that half an hour comes in. Within this half an hour, will he be asleep? Thou makest me merry. I'm full of pleasure. Let us be jocund. Will you troll the cat you taught me but while? Said, we are so happy. Now that you have agreed, let us sing a song. Yes. And so they sing. And Ariel starts playing the pipe. Yes. It's a different tune, Caliban says. Yes. It's a different tune. He can hear. This is not the tune I had in mind, because Ariel is playing the tune. So they all wonder, what is this tune? It is not the same. This is the time of our catch, played by the picture of nobody. They can't see. It's an invisible person here who is playing. Yes, it's a melody which is being played by an invisible person, because there's nobody here. The nobody is in in bold. Why? In caps. Why? Because there's nobody personifies the invisibility around, invisible man that's around. Yes. So Stefano sort of, that false courage, and show it, whoever you are, and let us fight. And Trinculo is feeling afraid of what the island is producing. Yes. And but Stefano is he that dies pays all debts. I defy the mercy upon us. So like uh, he that dies pays all debts. See, a dead man will have no debts to pay. He's already dead. Nothing, no debts to pay. So he said, I challenge you, even if I die, God help us. So that God, what Caliban feels, are you afraid? Yes, are you afraid of this? Because he believes Stefano to be a very powerful man. No monster, not I. And then Caliban's speech. For once, this speech of Caliban will show you how beautiful he thinks this island is. This island is his home, and that is evident from this. This stanza is very important even for reference to the context. Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Don't be afraid of this island. This island is a beautiful island. It has sounds, yes. It has strange sounds, it has sweet melodies, but it is not going to hurt anyone. It is very pleasant. It is something that soothes us. So you see, he's presenting a very positive picture of the island. This island, after all, was his home, is his home, yes. And he says, I sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about my ears. At times, I can hear 1,000 instruments being played. I can the music to my ears, and sometimes voices that if I then had waked after long sleep will make me sleep again. It is so pleasant. It is so calming that the music that voices that I hear puts me back to sleep. It lulls me into sleep. It is so soothing. It is not harsh. It is not painful. It doesn't give us any pain. It is very soothing, very mild. Yes? And then in dreaming, the clouds we thought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again. So it'll lull me into a state of such blissful sleep that I will feel that the clouds are opening up and they're dropping all their riches and their everything precious up there in the sky dropping on me. And when I wake up, I want to go back to sleep again, because it is such a beautiful sleep that I was having, a beautiful dream that I was having. So a very positive picture of the island is presented by Caliban here. Please mark this in the passage. It is very important. Then Stephano, of course, this will prove a brave kingdom to me. And for him, brave here means delightful, wonderful, yes. I'll have free music, yes. But Caliban, when Prospero is destroyed, you cannot have it till Prospero is alive. And so, okay, then shall we by and by. So let us do it. Yeah, it will happen soon. What you wish to. I'll remember your story. Yes, I'll remember what you've told me. I know what you've told me about that he's asleep and now is the time to kill him, either smash his skull or cut his throat or hit him with a log and but burn his books. I remember. The sound is going away. Let's follow it and after do our work. Let's follow the music. So Ariel is leading them. So you know the next plan of Prospero would be to catch these three. This is also a conspiracy. So this conspiracy also has to be foiled. And this is a very simple way to foil it is destroy them. Yes. Lead monster will follow. I could see this Deborah, he lays it on. I wish I could see who is this who is playing the music because he's playing it so well. Yes. And they walk on. So you see, bit of comic relief, but another conspiracy, another ploy of Prospero that we get to see, and we link it, please, to the earlier scene of when they are introduced, and this together towards the end we will frame a question accordingly, right? So that's all for today. Go through this lesson. I'll be ready for it's a very important scene coming up. That is Act 2, Scene 3, which the entire scene, like the opening scene, is very important for an analysis. It is Ariel scene. It is the harpy scene, right? Okay. Till then, stay safe. See you all soon. Yes.